Welcome back to the finale of Let's Play Mega Man 2, and in this episode we are going to defeat this Boobeam Trap. We are going to beat the boss of this, and the entire game. Now, to be clear, we can't actually beat this boss by, exploiting the thing, by blowing up the walls, but I want to show that it is possible to beat without doing that. In the last episode, we made it this far. We defeated the second and third bosses of Wily Castle, and so soon we're gonna beat this boss. They going down! One thing I feel I should mention is that, the game introduced a new way to refight old bosses. The boss warp room. So, instead of just fighting them all in a set sequence, you can fight them in any order, and you're taken to a room where, you don't know which ones will, lead where. But now that we're at this point, I think it's time for a speed montage! So speed it up, man! We gotta listen to some funky music! That song y'all just heard was from Final Fantasy VI. It's called The Decisive Battle, I believe. And anyway, this boss is actually the reason that you want to save the atomic fire, because his first form is weak to it. It goes down in 2 hits with the atomic fire. That's usually what I like to do when I play through Mega Man 2, is that I'll use that. And also the Crash Bomber is the weakness for the second form, as the info card says. But unfortunately, I ain't got any, or one shot, but nevertheless, not enough. So what you want to do is use the Metal Blade, which isn't its weakness, but it is effective against it. But nevertheless, with that out of the way, we can finally continue. And it's quiet. Too quiet. And yes, I did use an energy tank earlier. Unfortunately, I don't know why I'm sucking so bad at Mega Man 2. I can beat this game without using energy tanks, and the secret here is to just, keep holding left and jump when you reach a cliff. You will never be hurt by them. The acid can damage you, but I am never damaged by it. And what's this? What's it? Dr. Wily is an alien? That is perhaps one of the most amazing plot twists ever. He's actually an alien! Okay, maybe he's an alien. What's going on? Gee. And the bubble lead, this is why you kind of want to save the bubble lead, because the boss is only weak to the bubble lead. Sorry, I mean the bubble lead. Old habits die hard, but whatever. It's the only weapon that damages him. Everything else, including your regular weapon, will refill his health entirely. You want to be careful, and that's another poor design decision, but at least it's not as bad as the Boobeam Trap, because, you only had, 7 shots, and it took, 5 to beat, to attack each of the things, but for this, it's you only need, you don't need to use up that much, so it's not as bad. And it turns out Dr. Wily was not an alien. It was just a hologram. He was up to his old tricks, but let's let this slide. I mean, it's not... I want to arrest him. It's not like he'll cause problems. He will never be up to his old tricks again. But for this ending, Mega Man wanders the Earth in search of trouble to save those in need and to protect those who can't protect themselves. Mega Man is the defender of justice. He is a true hero among robots. The forces of evil cower before him, for they know they are no match. Because he is the one, the only, Mega Man. And he will protect all throughout the world, no matter what the cost. He is the one and true hero. And with that, we have finished Mega Man 2. Now, one thing I should say is that I have actually been getting into Final Fantasy, which is, specifically Final Fantasy VI, since I've been Let's Playing it. And there are some tunes that have stuck out to me. I must admit, it's pretty good. I'm liking it so far, and the music is top-notch. But one of the things that I feel I should say about this game is that, Dr. Wily won't be back. It's fine. I am sure he will never cause any more problems. That's why we're letting him off, after all. If he says he's sorry, then why not just let him go? Okay, in all seriousness, this game is amazing. And once again, I have had a blast playing through it, and I hope y'all have enjoyed this. But yeah, we're done with this game, folks. The next Mega Man game that's up is, Mega Man 3. Why not? And, this game is honestly among the best in the series. It is the best, I would argue. Let's hope Mega Man 11 turns out to be amazing too. And I feel it's worth noting that a Fishman worked on this game, because why not? Isn't that what you do? Fishmen are people too. And also, who is Yuki-chan? And who is his papa? Because he also worked on this game. Who is Yuki-chan's papa, people? But yeah, that is the entirety. Now if you press start here, then it will actually take you back to the title screen. And that is really all. But before we go, we're not actually done with this game just yet. Because there are a few things that I want to show off that I missed, that I didn't really get around to, either because I was sort of busy doing other things, or just, like, I didn't really get to show it off much. But there are some weapons, or really just one that I didn't really show off to the fullest extent, so I figured I may as well do that. So let's go and do that, shall we? The first thing I want to show off is an Easter egg. If you hold the A and B buttons in the Robot Master selection screen as you select a Robot Master, then it actually brings up birds that fly along. It replaces the stars in the background with birds, which is kind of neat. I mean, it's an interesting touch. That's more of a novelty than anything else. And as for the second thing that we missed, that I didn't show off, that would be the Flash Stopper ability. Because you see, I did use it against Quickman, but I didn't really show off what it does. You see, like, you pause the screen, as you can see right here. It, like, stops time and prevents the lasers right here from like, moving, and it can stop a lot of other things as well, but, I mean, this is probably its most useful spot. You can just use it to proceed quickly through there without any problems, and the lasers can't get you. That can be useful, but, I mean, I still think the Flash Stopper is the worst weapon in the game. And now for the third thing that we're going to show off. The disappearing blocks of doom. I'm gonna get through them without using item 2. Just to prove that I'm not full of hot air when I say that I can get through it. Get it? Hot air, since this is Heat Man State. Okay, tough crowd, sheesh. My goodness. Lighten up, people! Get it? Because it's... Oh, okay, I'll knock off the puns, seriously. But yeah, see? I can get through that no problem. And well, that is almost it. But there's one more thing that I want to show off just before I go. And that would be the thing that y'all have been waiting for. Box art time! First up is the American box art, and it's still butt ugly just like the last time they did it. But not as butt ugly. For some reason, Mega Man still looks like a middle-aged man. He's still carrying a pistol instead of an arm cannon, and his pose is just really weird. Quickman looks like he's drunk. As for Crash Man, well, I don't know what's going on there. That is just weird. And why is Dr. Light pointing at Mega Man? There's still so many things wrong with this cover, but at least they got the color scheme right. I'll bet like last time the European box art is going to be awesome. Okay, it's not very good. In fact, who was reading Asimov? It feels like someone who designed this cover read Asimov at the same time and then decided that this game was somehow an adaptation of I, Robot or the Caves of Steel. Seriously, this cover is also wrong. But at least it's not butt ugly. I mean, I don't think there's any good cover of this game. Oh, wait, the German box art is different and it actually looks awesome? What is going on? Why is the German box art, out of all the box arts, the one that actually looks awesome this time? And it's actually true to the game. But what is up with this? For some reason, they just made the German box art super amazing, but for some reason the others kinda suck. Well, that's all for Mega Man 2. This has been the Mississippi King signing out. See y'all for my next LP. Goodbye, and have a nice day.